Let's start with Garage. Garage is where the children go to practice to get really fast at the tables, and that's because that's where they'll get the tables that the teacher has set for them. The teacher's got two options: to set the tables individually themselves, or to switch on automatic training mode. For this user account, they've got automatic training mode and they've reached level 380. And the way this works is that they progress through the tables in small chunks, and as they reach certain milestones, it will move them on. So right now we're on a division level, focusing on the 11 times table. Okay, so that's a very specific niche area for the children to practice on that particular level, and then it will move on to the next level, so long as they score sufficient points. And they need to score at a rate of 20 minutes per 20 questions per minute to move on. So in a 2-minute game they need to score 40, 1-minute game they need to score 20, 3-minute game they need to score 60. I've just changed this user from being on automatic training mode to having tables set manually by the teacher. And so this is what it looks like. The teacher has set this child the 5 times table, and now when they play in Garage they will only get questions from the 5 times table, and so on. Now bear in mind that when you're choosing tables, it will give you all the division facts as well as the commutative multiplication facts. So every table that's chosen will give you up to 46 questions per table. So if I choose the 5s, that's 46 different questions. The 10s, that's another 46 questions, and so on. So Studio differs from Garage because you get questions up to 12 times 12, and the teacher has no input on this. It just so happens that those first 3 are from the 5 times table, but that was completely random. And you'll also notice that from time to time you get questions that are division. Okay, and a studio game always lasts 1 minute. Sound check. The format of sound check is that you get 25 questions and each question lasts 6 seconds. For those of you working in primary schools in the UK, the multiplication tables check coming into force has this exact same format: 25 questions and 6 seconds per question. The festival is similar to the studio in the sense that you have 1-minute games and the questions go up to 12 times 12. I've just joined this game. It's open to anybody who's online right now from around the world, and as I mentioned, we'll get questions up to 12 times 12. If you look in the bottom right and moving up the right hand side, you'll see the avatars of the other people that we are currently racing against. Okay, I'll exit that game. And there's a new festival game starting every 15 seconds. So all you need to do to join this game is tap that bar, and when this clock counts down to 0, that's when the game will start, and it will include all the avatars, or all the people queued up in the same game. If I want to switch to another game, I can simply tap another bar, and if I want to remove myself from playing in this game, I just tap again and I'm out. Arena is similar to Festival in that it's multiplayer and I can join a game simply by tapping it. The difference here is that it's only for the other children in my class, and as in if I'm a child, then I can only play against the other children in my class, and I will only get the tables that have been set by the teacher, so in this case the 5s. I can play an arena game against other children in my maths class, or if I've also been set up in a pastoral class, then I can play against other children in my pastoral class. Okay, notice how I'm getting questions from the 5 times table because I've been set the 5s, or this child account has been set the 5s. And then the final one is Rock Slam, and then this is a head-to-head competition where you can, or the child can choose someone to play against. They don't have to be online at the same time. Let's choose Tony Becker and press start. will get 60 seconds and questions up to 12 times 12. Now Tony Becker, whoever that person may be, doesn't need to be online at the same time, because what I'm doing is kind of laying down the gauntlet. I'm seeing what sort of a score I can get that I want Tony Becker to try and beat. Okay, and once I've completed that game, when Tony Becker logs in, he'll see that he's got a Rock Slam competition that he needs to respond to from me, and these are the ones that I need to respond to from someone called Tina Neal, someone else in my school. I click play, and then I will see if I can beat the score that they in fact, look, if you look at, there's their ghost, and I've got to try and stay ahead of the ghost like that. Okay, so they don't need to be online at the same time. They can also challenge teachers. They can choose a teacher to challenge, and they can see how many challenges they've got pending in this notification bubble here. I should mention that they can't challenge anyone to a Rock Slam who doesn't belong to their school, and as with all the games, there is no way of communicating between players. Okay, so that's the end of the video on our 6 game types.